Hello, welcome back to Sunshine and Country. If you have this type of a coop here, just an FYI that you'll need to do something to help protect the roofing better. As you can see here, this material here, it looks like shingle type material, but it doesn't look like it's totally waterproof, or it isn't put together very well. It allows the water to still seep through and underneath it and into the wood. And this area here, it doesn't seem like it's very good wood, and also the wood that is used underneath the asphalt material isn't a really true cedar as well. It doesn't seem like it, at least like the sides of the house is. So this seemed to hold up better, the size of the house, but the roof in itself is the problem for these types. So if you have this type of coop, definitely do something to mitigate this issue here. And it's starting to do that on this side too. This roof here is starting to get soft, so we'll have to come back and replace this as well. But today we're going to be working on replacing this roof with something, and we'll come let you know what we did after we come back and pull this old wood out and roofing material and put on the new stuff, and see how that will hold up. This slanted area here is still good. You see the wood is still good because it's more slanted and it allows the water to flow off of it better. But this side being only a slight degree, and also this side, the water tends to sit on it more. So it allows it to seep through this material here, and it allows it to eat through the wood or rot the wood out. That one is older than this one here, so this one hasn't caved in yet, but it is showing signs of it. So we're gonna have to work on that one after we will finish up this one. But what we're gonna go ahead and do though, before this one goes any worse, put better shingle material. Just buy a couple of packs of shingles and just re-shingle this more slanted roof here to help protect it even more, to keep that water from being able to get down in there, especially in the seamed areas here. And where it's screwed in here, it's probably not watertight. So we'll put new shingles down like it's supposed to be, and then put some Lexaw on any of the seams that we see that needs it. Alright, so we'll come back and show you what we did with this side at least, and then as we get further along with finishing up these other areas, we'll come back with those videos as well. So we'll be back. So what we've done here is we've removed all the old roofing. It sits in this channel here. You can see the channel, and then there's also a channel here and along this other side here. But what we're going to do, instead of putting more wood in between here, we took this treated older piece of dog ear fencing. It's a treated board. It's just the right width that you can wedge it in here, and then cut it to the proper length where it goes past this a little bit. Screw it down here so that the board is wedged in there, it will not move. And that what we're gonna do is attach along the frame here, the wood in the middle, and along the other frame, just the regular vinyl roofing. That way you have enough space, and you can put the vinyl roofing up underneath this wood, so this roofing, so that it'll still drain on top of that without leaking through here. So that's the idea. Once we get done, we'll show what it looks like. Okay, so we have attached the middle framing that we're going to need to attach the vinyl roofing panels. So just put 2 screws. You can either space it out more or together, doesn't matter, just to keep the board from swaying back and forth so it don't come out of this channel. Make sure you put 2 screws in here into this frame part here. These are sheet metal screws, so they work fine to going into metal. And once we get the roofing panel over it, it'll cover those. So, all right, we're about to put the vinyl roofing on. Will be attached, like I said, to the metal frame here and to the wood, 2 pieces across, and that should seal it up and should work fine. We'll be back. All right, we have just finished replacing the roofing on this coop here. So it has worked out really well, and we'll run through what we did here. We'll continue on working on it as we get time and money to start replacing. This will be the next project to do, of fixing this part of the roof. But for this one side here, it's going to be very similar to the other side. What we'll do, once we remove the roofing like we showed earlier, we took these vinyl roofing panels that you can get anywhere, cut them to size, and you just lay them to where the valley part of it is over the metal frame here, and also the same over here. The valley is over the metal frame here, so you get a better seal when you put the neoprene washers down. And this middle part is just screwed directly into the wood middle wood piece that we added there earlier. So all we did, since our screws were way too long, we had only 1.5 inch roofing screws with the neoprene. We had these available. They're stainless steel sheet metal screw, because we need the sheet metal anyways for the metal side rails here, and they also held fine in the wood here. So for now, at least, we'll put also those into the wood as well. But we took these sheet metal screw, which is a lot shorter, 3/4 inch, so that they won't poke through the wood, to where if the roosters or chickens were to jump up, they would hurt themselves. We would have had to clip the ends off if we were to use the longer screws. But we didn't need them for this purpose. These hold in fine using a 7/64 inch drill bit. Just make sure you're lined up with your railing, so that you're not missing it, and then you'll have to caulk the hole back up or use something to seal that hole back up. But basically, we took the washers off of these and just put them over this, so that you would still get a good seal once you screw them in place. That's a neoprene washer seal. So we put 3 on each side here into the metal side railing, 4 in the middle here that goes into the wood all the way up, and then 3 more on this side here. Now we did have to add 1 here, and then we ran out of screws, so we'll have to get more when we go to the hardware store again, because it does flap a little bit in the middle here. So this front railing here is where we'll attach this last screw to keep it from rattling too much when the wind's blowing. See right here, this side here has one there, and there's very little movement. Well, this one you have a lot more movement. So really 3, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the front, 4 there, and 3 up here, and you have a good replacement roof, and you can still continue to use this coop as intended. As you can see, with the middle wood pieces, you can maintain. It can still hold a good bit of weight with snow, and even if a chicken gets on top of here, it's not going to cave in on them. Now what you do have to do though, is you're going to have to remove this roofing panel. It's just these 2 screws on each side, and these 4 screws up here. Remove it, so that you can remove it, set these in place, and then put the screws in to hold them down, and then you put this roofing back over the top of this vinyl roofing material. You can use galvanized too if you have a way to cut it easy, but with a regular hacksaw, the PVC vinyl cuts really easily for us versus a regular metal galvanized. But going back to this area, you have to be able to get this underneath here, and when this is already on here, there's not enough gap. But once you take this off, you can slide this all the way underneath, and this is flexible enough. With the galvanizer, might not be flexible. Now this is flexible enough to where you can still screw this roof back down, and now the water will still roll off onto this roofing, because it's underneath the roof. If you didn't remove this roof here, you would only be able to get up to here, and you'll still get leak past there. So that's a tip there. So right now, this is going to work out really well, and I hope this will help you if you have this kind of coop, or any other type of coop in this similar range, and you have a worn out roof and you don't know what to do. All right, signing out for Sunshine and Country. If you have any questions and I've missed anything, just put it in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to answer. We did go back and spray some waterproof spray onto the screw after we tighten these back up, so that'll help seal it up better. Versus when we first put this together, we didn't realize that. So we just took some waterproof seal and just sprayed it on each of the screws there, and then also here to help seal it up better. All right. Y'all have a sunshiny day. Bye-bye. And we wanted to show what the results are when it's actually raining. It's not pouring down rain today, but it has been raining for several days so far. Of course, you're going to have the pin itself going to be wet at the bottom because all the water is going to drain downhill anyways. You see this area still needs to be fixed. See how it's pulling up, so where the roof is starting to wear out and rot. So we'll do the same to that as we do over here. But here's the results of our repair roof here. Is that the water, since this is under the top roof, can still drain there just like any normal roof would, and it's allowing the rainwater to not get on the rooster when he's underneath here. There's no leaks, as you would expect, since there's no open seams, and it's held up in strong storms. We had some strong thunderstorms come through here several times already, so it's held up to that as well. And like I said, we've had some really hard rain as well, so it hasn't affected this repair at all. So I would say this is a winner, and if this will help you out and help salvage your coop here for a little bit longer or a while longer, then it saves you money, and this is not really hard to do. It doesn't take much time to do this. So hope that helps you out, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Shining out for sunshine and country. Have a good day. Have a sunshiny day.